Hello everyone, Lovegood speaking. Now, you do all know that I love turnips and sizzling roast beef and catching something from forecasts, but what you do not know is that in my spare time, I do enjoy a sort of reading. And sometimes I read stories that other people, muggles such as yourself, have made about my friends. And this one that I'm going to read to you now is about my friend Ron and Hedwig. Oh dear. He's quite a dear. Well, he's talking about monkeys, mostly. And I do hope this is quite delightful. So, let's get on our spectroscope. And we should look. I'm going to tell you testing on the muggle invention. Quite delightful. Okay, this is called Ron's Secret. It has rambles and Hedwig. Oh dear. Part 1 is called The Agony. Oh, there's 7 parts. I think I should just read part 1 for you. I do not want to read 7 parts in one video. That is quite silly. Part 1, The Agony. No one knew how it had happened. Ron had just gotten carried away. But the bleakness and desolation would not leave. He couldn't stop thinking about her, the connection they had shared, the comfort the short of romance had brought him. I do hope he's talking about Hermione. After all, she was his wife. I would be quite opposite of that. He sighed as tears of longing flooded down his cheeks. He wiped them away, his eyes not leaving the empty bird cage which stood before him. Interesting. Reminds me of the time I had to fly over a cage in order to catch one of the forecast. Did not work. I think I probably should have put bait in there. With jelly beans. People in forecasts do love jelly beans. It happened all at once. Harry had sent him upstairs to feed Hedwig while he went out to play Quidditch with Ginny. Dear Harry. Harry does always need consultation on various subjects. Anyway, Harry had sent him upstairs to feed Hedwig while he went out to play Quidditch with Ginny. Ron could still remember how betrayed he had felt when the boy he was in love with had begun dating his own sister. This is new information about Ronald. Interesting nonetheless. But it was nowhere near as painful as this, according to this lovely piece of writing. He had been in tears, Ron remembered vividly, as he climbed up the narrow staircase. He sat next to the owl as he peered through the window, his lover and his sister kissing in plain view. Oh, they were lovers. I did not know that about Harry. I must ask Harry for tips on that sort of thing, in case I am suddenly turned into a man. I need to know about gay sex. You never know, Harry. I will tell you later. Ron had never noticed how beautiful the bird was. Her majestic feathers shimmering innocently in the sun's rays while the thorns through his rage. Ron buried his face in her feathers, kissing her gently. Hedwig had finished her dinner and turned her attention to pecking a dead mouse in her cage. He turned away from Ron. She turned away from Ron, her little axe taunting him with each step she took. Hedwig does do that, you know. She does taunt quite a lot. Ron couldn't take it any longer. He plunged his fingers into her tight apple. Oh! Hedwig screeched immediately, but Ron kept going. He pulled out his fingers a moment later and licked off the owl feces. I hear owl feces are very nutritious. He felt a rush of excitement as he opened the owl cage and picked her up. Ron slid his tongue down her tender body. Her body is very tender. She's a lovely, plump owl. Father would quite like to cook her up for Thanksgiving, but Harry keeps saying no. And I do keep telling Daddy that It's quite taboo to eat owls, especially in the living world. But he gets his notions, and he sticks with them. Quite endearing. Back to this. Ron slid his tongue down her tender body, licking her soft feathers with passion. She tasted of dead roses. This aroused Ron even more as he remembered the intimate moments he had shared with his pet rat Scours before he too had betrayed Ron. So, he had relations with Harry, which I must ask Harry about later, as soon as he stopped scolding me incessantly. Actually, while he is, it's very confusing. I think there's some time travel actually involved in this particular sizing. It's very odd. Anyway, so Ron has had relations with Harry, had relations with his rat, and is now having relations with an owl. Ron is quite adventuresome. They had all left him, but Hedwig was different. She would not leave. Actually, she did, sadly. But anyway. Ron unzipped his trousers. He pulled down his underwear, exposing his 4-inch penis. Oh dear. I am sorry, Ron. Exposing his 4-inch penis hanging under his fire crotch. Lovely. He placed the owl near his penis, and she pecked at it impulsively. Ron felt shivers go up and down his spine and closed his eyes and moaned. Ron also had something for pain, possibly? You should be taking notes. I'll take notes later. I need to read to you about. The owl continued nibbling, each peck stinging him furiously. Little specks of blood began to emerge through his pubic hair. Ron could feel himself growing harder and harder. Ron rustled Hedwig's shining feathers as the blood rained down his belt. You've done this before, haven't you? He whispered. Putting my eyes was pathetic. The owl only screeched. Owls do tend to screech, Hedwig in particular. She likes screeching. She's very vocal. But this was where it had all gone wrong, Ron remembered in shame. Remembered it was at that moment that Hermione had appeared to... Oh dear, all the words are getting quite muddled. I suppose I should turn in here. Anyway, he remembered it was at that moment Hermione had appeared to walk in the room while Hedwig was buried in his crotch. He had heard her footsteps, heard her calling him down for dinner, but he hadn't been quick enough. The expression on her face followed through the door was immediately etched in his eyes thereafter. Well, if you found the man you were in love with having relations with an owl, I suppose it would be a bit missed. He was not having those relations with you. At least that's how I would feel. Although I would also be quite interested and fascinated by how exactly that would work. But I digress. Ron, what the bloody hell are you doing? She had exclaimed with a gasp. Frantically, Ron had tried to slip off his pants. Oh, nothing, he assured her as he tried to yank up that damn zipper with Hedwig still nibbling at his cock. He gave it a hard pull, but the owl's beak was caught in his nest of pubic hair, or red pubic hair. Hermione only stood there, unable to recover from her shock from what she was seeing. Yeah, indeed. With a righteous tug, Ron finally managed to pull up the zipper. Evidently, he had been able to pry the owl's beak out of his crotch as it was still attached to the zipper. Oh dear, poor Hedwig! Hedwig shrieked and her blood began pouring over the floor, which was already hidden beneath the head of owl feathers and Ron's pubes. See, nothing's going on, Ron said calmly, ignoring the racket Hedwig was now making. He picked the beak out of the zipper and casually threw it aside. Just giving Hedwig her dinner, I guess she got a little excited. Hermione's jaws were still wide open, her eyes wide with shock. I see no need to mention this to Harry, he added. Well, I think Harry will notice, and... well, from what I'm getting here, his owl's beak has been snapped off. That's quite disturbing to the average boy with an owl pet with a beak. Especially when you discover it among your friend's pubic hair and your owl's feathers. I feel one would draw conclusions from that, and be a little bit wild, although extremely interesting. Anyway, that was part 1 of this fanfiction. I may go on to read more to you people, or just hear something else out. I do not know. But for now, I say adieu.